Hello, I'm the Gravedigger. Let's see who's in our story today. Samuel Zimmerman. He was known as Ontario's railroad baron. He was born in 1815 in Pennsylvania and arrived in Thorold in about 1842. He was a hard worker, innovative, and smart. He was also extremely ambitious and charismatic. Zimmerman began his career in construction and public works, and that gave him all of the necessary experience he needed to develop his vision of a unifying and extensive railroad system. He knew how to raise money, and he knew how to motivate workers, and he knew how to build. And build he did. But pride, greed, and impatience all led him down the tracks to destruction, on the same tracks as one of his own trains. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Samuel Zimmerman.
Everyone wants to talk about my dying on my own train, and I can understand. The untimely demise of a brilliant entrepreneur, and I was brilliant. You see, that's the irony of it. March 12th, 1857, you probably heard about it, the Desjardins Canal accident. I'd left Toronto aboard my own train, the Great Western, and I was heading home to Niagara Falls. The sad thing is I had just finished a contract to build more tracks between Toronto and Windsor. The whole northern states were opening up to me. And the competition, they didn't even come close. You see, I knew how to acquire funds, convince the right people. You have to know how to play the right hand at the right time. And I could see the vision of trains. Trains were the future. Government needed them, business needed them, trade needed them, people needed them, and I built them. Lots of them. Others did too, but I just bought them out. There was the Woodstock and Lake Erie, the Lindsay and Port Hope, there was the Amherstburg and St. Thomas, and of course the Erie and Ontario. Trains and trains, tracks that covered all of Canada West. It was our future. And the faster I built those tracks, the faster the government gave me money. You see, it was all about efficiencies, and this is what the trains brought. And I had friends in the right places. Why, I even married well. Margaret Ann Woodruff, wonderful woman. I'm buried right beside her in St. David's. And her father, Richard Woodruff, why, he was a local politician and well regarded. It's helpful to have influential friends. Why, people said that I was on intimate terms with many politicians. The power of vision is seductive, profitable too. But I looked after my own people too. I built houses for my workers. They called it Elgin, that little community that grew up beside that new suspension bridge over the Niagara River. It was close to Clifton, not that far away. And I understand that later on they merged to become Niagara Falls. You see, it all took planning. Had my own bank too, the Zimmerman Bank. People said I played with other people's money. Well, what businessman doesn't do that? And when I bought the Niagara Harbor and Dock Company, I could envision an empire with steamships and trains. Why, we built the tracks right down to the dock. I could see how to make the whole of Niagara prosperous, as well as me. That's what I did. And of course, there was a little financial help from the town of Niagara. You see, a little persuasion goes a long ways. But I understand that after my untimely demise, the harbor and dock company fell apart. You see, I had so much to do, and then things fell apart. 59 people died on that train that day, March 12th, 1857. I had got on at Toronto, and we were heading towards Dundas. We were right on time to be in Hamilton at 6:15. And then the next thing you know, we're plunging down into the canal, into that icy abyss. The front axle had come off, and it took the swing bridge and the cars right down into the Desjardins Canal. I was in the first class coach, and there was another first class carriage behind us, as well as the baggage car, and we all plunged 60 feet down through 2 feet of solid ice, no less. My own train. And you know, it was one of the worst train disasters in our country's history. I guess you could say I died the way I lived. Sure, I cut corners to get those trains moving on the tracks, across the province, across Canada West. Yes, I took risks. But there was so much left to do. So much.